it's Lauren. I thought because everybody is stuck at home and can't be in the gym training right now, that it would be a great time to talk about hollow body and what it is and how we can maybe refine it a little bit. So I'm going to show you the way that I introduce the concept to my students. Equipment-wise, I will be using a foam roller for a short while. You could also use like a ball or a yoga block or even a pillow. And we'll only need it for one exercise at the very beginning. And otherwise, this will be equipment-free. So we're going to start off with the foam roller. We're going to lay down on our backs with the roller at the base of our pelvis. So here, I feel like the roller is supporting me in being in a little bit of a tuck through my pelvis. So I'm feeling like I'm trying to tuck my tail between my legs. I'm also paying attention to my ribs staying in. And I'm going to think about trying to pull my belly button in towards my spine and up towards my ribs. You could imagine that if you were wearing a wet t-shirt, you'd be trying to pull your skin away from the shirt, and that's what I want you to think about. So when we're finding that connection, that feeling of wrapping in through our abdominals, we're engaging our transversus. And our transversus abdominis is the lowest layer of abdominal muscle. It is starting at our spine, wrapping all the way around to our belly button, and goes from our ribs all the way down to our pelvis. So it's really holding everything in and offering a lot of support to our lumbar spine. So when we contract it, it feels like this thing, yeah? So you're going to find, and you're going to hold it there. And you're going to take your legs up to the ceiling. And I want you to keep your hands on your belly. Active legs like you're trying to reach up. And then you're going to start slowly lowering your legs. And you're going to lower them down as low as you can, holding on to, and then lift them back up. And I want you to notice there will probably come a point, higher or lower, everybody's different, where you can't anymore and all of a sudden you bulge through the belly. Your belly pops up like a bread loaf, yeah? So we're all gluten-free, no bread. You're going to exhale, trying to maintain that feeling of wrapping in. And our goal is to be able to get our legs low enough that we can turn our butt on. And if that's not making sense right now, don't worry, we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But right now, we're just trying to feel that feeling of wrapping in. Do one more. Finding a strong exhale as you lower your legs will really help a lot. And then you can come all the way in. And we're going to get rid of the roller or whatever it was that you were using. We're not going to use it again. So now we're going to think a little bit about the upper body. So I want you to take your hands to your ribs. And I want you to just kind of gently hold them and take a couple deep breaths. Exhale, feel how your ribs kind of contract in. Inhale, they're filling. And I want you to take your fingers together and you're going to put the heels of your hands on your ribs, keeping your fingers clasped, and you're going to take a deep breath in. As you exhale, I want you to squeeze in with the heels of your hands. Then as you inhale, try to maintain that tension through your fingers. So hopefully when you inhale, holding on to that tension through your feelings, you're feeling more expansion into your armpit. You might even feel the back of your ribs fill up and press down into the mat. And we're feeling less of this lifting up and down of the ribs as we breathe. So let's do that a few more times. Deep breath. Expand into your armpits. Exhale, squeeze your ribs close. Feel your rib cage draw down this way and down this way into the mat. And feel how your abdominals have to work to maintain tension as you inhale. So if you've ever had a coach yell at you, ribs in, this is what they're talking about. My ribs are in. Here, my ribs are popped up. So we're going to keep our ribs in. We're going to take our arms up. My palms are facing in. My fingers are reaching towards the ceiling. I'm going to take a deep breath. And as I exhale, I'm going to press up through my shoulder blades. As I inhale, I'm going to relax. Exhale, pressing up. And as I'm pressing up, I'm trying to press up from my armpit and not from my neck. So it's like if somebody was pulling from your pinky finger to pull your arm up, not from your thumb. So there's still space at my neck. It's long and relaxed. I'm not feeling tension through here. I'm feeling tension and work through here. And I'm paying attention to what's happening to my ribs. When my arms relax, do they want to do this? Can I keep them in? So now, same thing, exhale, we're going to press up, and then we're going to reach our arms towards our ears, keeping our elbows straight, reaching through the fingertips the whole time, keeping the ribs down. If you're being really strict about this, you probably won't find the ground unless you have quite a lot of shoulder mobility. So thumbs to the ground is not required here. Inhale, lift them back up. Exhale, reaching up to reach back. And here it's like there's a sense of opposition. My ribs are reaching that way. My fingers are reaching that way. So it's like I'm getting stretched. So now we're going to add on, exhaling, taking our arms to your ears, and I want you to glue them to your ears. You're going to nod your chin, and you're going to curl up. So as I curl up, instead of lifting my arms as I go, I'm trying to energetically keep my arms reaching back. Coming down, as I come down, I'm paying attention to my ribs. Do they want to pop up and relax as my head goes down? Can I keep them in? So now more opposition. I'm pulling this way, I'm reaching that way and pressing behind me. We'll do one more like that. And relax all the way. So now we're going to think about the lower body. So we're going to start, we can just take hands behind the head, come up into a little gentle curl up, and one leg is going to go straight up to the ceiling, and I'm going to lower it down, thinking about reaching my toe towards the wall, and I'm trying to get it low enough that I can feel my butt and the back of my leg turn on. So here, I feel like my leg is being supported by my butt, keeping it from hitting the ground, rather than when it's a little higher, it's hanging off of the front of my leg. So all the way down to find your butt and lift it back up. Now, the opposition here is leg reaching towards the wall, pubic bone drawing up towards my ribs. So I'm trying to get tighter here, and I'm thinking about that wrap, that transversus connection we were talking about earlier. And you can rest, give it a little wiggle, and switch sides. So curling up, leg to the ceiling, and exhale, lower, leg trying to touch the wall, pubic bone pulling towards ribs. Inhale to lift, exhale, lower. And let their leg rest, head comes down. Here, give yourself a moment, walk your feet out. You can just do a little side to side windshield wiper action with the knees, because that's a nice way to release some tension. We're going to go into the whole position, finding our hollow body shape, and then we'll talk about ways to condition it. So, I'm going to start with my knees into my chest. I'm going to take my hands up to the ceiling, exhale, bringing my arms to my ears, and then curling up, finding that opposition, ribs pulling in, arms pulling back. Then deep breath as I exhale, my legs reach, trying to find that butt holding my legs up. Knees come in, arms can rest. We'll try it again. Knees in, arms up, they come to the ears, curl up, deep breath, and exhale. So pubic bone's pulling up, legs are trying to touch the walls, ribs are pulling down, fingers are trying to touch the walls. And in and down. So that's your goal, right? And we can see how that shape would help us in a handstand, help us when we're inverted, making us more capable of stacking, or if you're doing acrobatics, it's holding you in one long levered shape. So ways to make it stronger, if any of those motions were hard for you, or if you felt like you weren't able to get all the way into your flattish shape, we'll start with the upper body. So I'm going to reach my fingers up, exhale, taking them to my ears, nod my chin, and here I'm going to do some arm circles. So fingers reaching out, coming out to the sides, hands coming to the hips, palms turn in, and lift. Here the whole time, I'm paying attention to this, that sense of wrapping and drawing in, and reaching through my arms. So my fingers are touching the ceiling, the wall behind me, the walls to my sides, reaching towards my feet, and reverse. The more active you are through your reach, the more connected that will allow you to be. We'll do one more. And rest. For the lower body, let's start with our knees over our hips. We're going to take hands behind the head and curl up. So here, I'm not really curling my pelvis. I'm not trying to actively press my low back into the mat in my starting position. I want a more neutral spine. So that means the wrap without the tuck. And I'm going to try to keep my shins parallel to the floor and slide them away and pull them back. So as they slide away, I have to really deepen that contraction here, finding opposition, belly drawing towards base of the ribs. We'll do one more. And rest. And then harder, we'll curl up. And now we're going to take both legs to the ceiling. And again, we're still in that neutral spine. I'm going to start lowering my legs, And I'm going to feel the point where I have to allow myself to curl and lift back up. So there's a sense of rhythm. My legs will get to a point where the pelvis has to tuck in order to support them. And that's right around the time where you want to be engaging your glutes and the backs of your legs. So it all happens together. Exhale, I'm neutral, 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 and curl, butt comes on. One more time. And rest. All right, there is my hollow body lesson. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Happy to answer them. Hope everybody is staying safe and healthy. Take some time to take care of yourself today. I know I need to, so I'm sure you do as well. Bye.